Okay, another project today. I am going to be fermenting some red cabbage. I already washed it, and I got the crock ready. Already washed out with really hot water, ready to go. So I just have to cut this up, and I already weighed it too, the cabbage, so I know how much salt I'm going to have to add. And I even took a picture of the weighing, so I don't have to remember it. So I did the math, and this is how much sea salt that I need. One head of cabbage goes a long way, and I saved some of the outer leaves. So let me sprinkle the salt on these, and then I'll start squishing it down to let the salt bring out the liquids in the cabbage. And while the cabbage is still processing, I put in each of the containers that I'm going to use some of from my garden, some fresh thyme, some fresh parsley, and a cup of bay leaf or so. Okay, still working the cabbage, and I think this is pretty well ready to put in, because if I take a piece, it's not gonna, and I bend it, if I take a piece and I bend it, it's not breaking in half. It's getting limp enough just to fold over. Let me find a bigger piece to do that with. There, see, instead of snapping in half what it would have normally. So I'm gonna get ready to start stuffing the crock with them. Squishing it down as much as I can. Gonna do that with this crock and also with that one jar that I will be using. Unless I squish it down enough, I don't have to use the jar. We'll see. I squished it down as much as I can get in this crock. Then I added a layer or so of those external leaves that I'd saved, you know, in bigger pieces to cover, to keep things from floating up. And I did have one little weight just to keep that there too. And then I filled it up with water from my purifier, so there's no chlorine in it. Top it off with water, make sure everything is covered, and then put this top of the crock on. In this style you have to add water to the top here. It helps with escaping gases and not letting oxygen in. And then I did the rest into this small container with a fermenting lid. And this style lid, I had to use the weighted glass. I had to turn it upside down, if you can see that in there, because otherwise this part won't go in to help with the fermentation. So I have a big batch and a little batch of red cabbage to start fermenting. And I always keep a little bit extra of the saltwater brine to top off this if I need to.